Good morning, I'm Jade Graham.
And I'm Samaja Grant, and you're watching Channel 704 News here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So Jade, how was today?
Great.
Great?
Yes.
We have people outside, school, Johnson Wells right across the street, get you some free pastry.
Breaking news. Today we have a historian visiting from Chad, Africa.
Michelle Graham, who is going to provide us with a brief history.
To you, Michelle.
Yes, so you see here, Jade, the women here have it tough. They can either become a mother at the age of 12, join the war as the age as young as 8, and then they can't even claim land to attain any type of monies to support themselves, let alone a child. This is due to the lack of men. Before 1979, Chad Africa was at war, and within this war, the men were becoming exiled. They could not return to their land, let alone back to Africa. Once this started to happen, between 1979 and 1982, women had to step up to the plate. Since there were a few men left in Africa, the women had to start becoming the traders and taking care of the agriculture, as well as selling products and making dresses to sell some of the income, just so they could make it. But here's the kicker. They couldn't even claim the land that they were doing all of this, even though that there were few men left to tell them what they could do and what they could not do, because of the fact that they had no husband. Once they didn't have that husband, the government decided just to strip them of the land. Africa, especially Chad, living in a patriarchal society, the man had to do it all and claim it all. So the women were pretty fed up. They even resorted to making their own banking systems. Let's not add in how the children had to step in and help them, causing them to drop out of school and becoming another statistic towards Chad's low education levels.
Today's weather in Chad, Africa.
Over to you, Kayla.
As you can see, the weather for today is 100 degrees, and later throughout the week, the highs will be 102 with lows of 72. That's typical weather for Chad, Africa, as it is just under the Sahara Desert and is been coined the dead heart of Africa. 83% of the population here produces crops, sorghum and millet, but cotton is also a main export. The majority of the people working here are women, and most of the men in Chad were either exiled or killed. Women have limited property rights here, so they can work the land but never own it, which continues the cycle of poverty because these people are born into this lifestyle. These are ascribed statuses. Most of the children don't go to school and are taught by their families domestic and economic tasks. This includes watching their mother manage a single household, learning how to work the land, early marriages, and sometimes even having to become child soldiers.
Now over to Jade, our teacher on special assignment in Chad, Africa. Jade, how have you noticed the issues with religion, school, and friends in Africa?
Religion is a big part of the country of Chad. About 3/5 of the population are Sunni Muslim and 1/5 of the population are Christian. Islam is well established in most major towns and whatever Arab populations are found. As far as schooling, for the majority of children, Chadian children don't have much time to make friends. Once children get of age, they have to help their mothers make a living for the household. If they do not make any friends, they meet at the school or they might live next to them. Our last segment of Get Real, we focused on feminization of poverty in Chad, Africa. We asked 3 major questions. Is globalization a major issue in your country? How and why? Would you consider your issues to be public or private? And lastly, how does the concept of sociological imagination and interdependence connect with your country's issue? Because we focused on a particular country, we reached out to a Chadian contact to connect with a woman over there to answer the questions, and this is what she wrote.
As a civilian, I noticed a major globalization issue, and that is Chad is very limited in its industries. Personally, I feel a globalization and gender dimension link. On one hand, you have the economy could open up more, which could lessen the dominance by the males and contribute to relieving women poverty. On the other hand, if globalization worsens, the income distribution has a heavier impact on women. Now I'm going to stop right here, ladies. For a moment, how do you feel if you was in the United States and you lost your job and they say women have no more income? I mean, no, personally, I'm saying I like to eat. I need my money.
Girl, don't even.
I mean, I like to go to Chipotle. I like Moe's.
Yes.
I like Little Village up the street. Like, what?
Yes.
So how do y'all feel about that?
I don't know. I wouldn't be happy with that situation.
Well, let's continue to see what our Chadian civilian says. She goes on in her letter to say that the issues in her country are considered more publicly, especially if the roots of this special poverty system targets African American women like herself. That causes Chad to have a weak government system and civil conflict. Ladies, your thoughts?
That's especially hard, especially since the system isn't working for her, it's working against her. Like, if everything's going to the men and they're not there, then there's no point of it.
Especially if the women are putting in most of the work.
I agree.
What are they supposed to do about that? Not only is it being taken from them, but they can't even get any types of money from it.
That is true. Well, let's see what she says. And lastly, she says that the concept of the sociological imagination connects with the women here in Chad because we have the pressure of taking care of children at a very young age while the men are at war. Also, the children here are forced to go to war or wield weapons, forcing them to work and not get a good education. Now, ladies, this last part of the letter just got real. I don't know about y'all, but it just got real.
I agree. Can you imagine your younger siblings having to pick up a gun and go off to war?
Not only that, but could even be your child, You're
True.
having kids at, well, your kid could be aged like 13, 14, and then next thing you know, you could be in the war also,
True.
trying to wield a gun.
I don't know about y'all, but my child ain't going nowhere. He's not.
Nope.
She's not. My child will stay with me. And if I don't have an education, shoot, we all don't have an education in my house. I don't know anything to learn.
Yep.
We're going to learn how to wield some weapons and grow some food because apparently we ain't got no money.
Yep.
We ain't got no, let's be honest here, we have no money. We ain't got no education, so what else we going to do? Just try to live.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna look at each other?
We're gonna debate. So, what are we doing tonight, kids?
You're right.
Let's go.
Let's go build a mud castle. Let's go.
Right?
That's it. Well, ladies, this letter just proved that Chad it gets real. As you can see, it gets real. And thanks for joining us, and we're gonna sign off. I'm Savasia,
I'm Kayla.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jade.
and you just watched Get Real.